Welcome back. Energy bands in solid. So look at this diagram. The orbital model of a silicon atom showing 10 core electrons and 4 valence electrons. So we know the atomic number of silicon is 14. If I write orbital structure of silicon, it's 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s2, 3p2, total 14, 6 plus 2 plus 2, 10 plus 4, 14. So here we can see the nucleus of silicon which has got a 14 proton, positive charge, and this is 1s orbit has got 2 electrons. This one is 2s orbit has got another 2 electrons. Okay, then this is 2p orbits, electron 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and this is outer orbits 3s. There is a 2 electrons, and 3p it also got 2 electrons. So we call these two orbit 3s and 3p orbit as a valence orbit, because that is a outermost orbit present in silicon atom, and these three orbit we call inner orbits. Okay, so whatever the electrons at the outer orbit get excited and go to conduction band, all those processes will happen. So this is about the orbital structure of silicon. When I told you in the previous class, each orbit corresponds to energy level. If I represent energy level corresponds to this one, it look like this. Look like this. So just a nucleus of atom, and here we have a s orbit. Here we have a s orbit, right? Think 3-dimensional. This is my 1s orbit. Definitely energy is less in 1s compared to 2s, and we have a 2p orbits and 3s orbit and 3p orbit. Okay, this is 2p orbit, 3s and 3p. So according to the energy level, the energy is increasing if you travel from nucleus towards outer orbit. Okay, so 3p orbit having and the electrons in the 3p orbit having maximum energy, and 3s is slightly less than the 3p orbit. The electrons in the 3s orbit having slightly less energy than the electron which is present in 3p orbit, so on. So if I draw a energy diagram, energy level, it will look like this. Okay, that is how this diagram comes. So here you can see the nucleus, and x-axis is the distance. That means nucleus is here and orbit. So this is distance. So that represents x-axis, and energy is increasing. Energy in y-axis. Energy in y-axis, distance in x-axis. So these are the orbit: 1s orbit, 2s orbit, 2p and 3s and 3p orbits. So these two energy level corresponds to 3p orbit and 3s orbit. This energy level corresponds to 2p, this energy level corresponds to 2s, and finally this energy level corresponds to 1s. Okay, finally I can have a one hypothetical energy level you can call it as excitation level. Whenever energy of 3p orbit electron increases, it goes to excitation state. So that already we learn in the physics. Consider an hydrogen atom again. Consider hydrogen atom again. So hydrogen A, it has got only one electron, and hydrogen atom B, it has got another only one electron. So look at this diagram. This is the energy diagram of silicon. So I can convert this energy diagram, which corresponds to hydrogen. It has got only the small portion, right? Because hydrogen atom having only oneness orbit. So if I draw only this portion, that is equivalent to the energy diagram of hydrogen, right? So that's what I'm going to draw here. So this is nucleus. This is energy diagram of here we have a oneness orbit. This is HA, and here I have HB, oneness orbit. Okay. So now we are going to talk about bringing these two atoms closely and getting molecule. So I am bringing these two atoms and I should get H2. So now the intermolecular distance, so distance between these two nucleus, we call it as intermolecular distance. Intermolecular distance. So now the intermolecular distance between HA and HB is far. So this atom never experience the presence of the second atom. That means HA atom never experience the presence of HB since there is enough intermolecular distance. Yes. Yes. So this is my oneness orbital is overlapped each other. This is nucleus of HA, nucleus of HB, right? And you see that it is overlapped each other. It is overlapped each other. The orbitals are overlapped each other. That is what I draw here. Okay. So the energy, you can see the energy diagram is overlapped here. The energy is overlapped, and this side you can see this type of diagram. So and the s orbital is overlapped. So the electrons in oneness orbit of HA can move free to the oneness orbit of HB. Similar way, the electrons in oneness orbit of HB can move to the oneness orbit of HA as well. That electron is free to move in this orbit always. And see, that is what the diagram here. This is how we got this diagram. Okay. So I told you this, there are two types of bonding. One is anti-bonding, one is bonding. And I told that time the energy of bonding structure is less than the energy of anti-bonding structure. So look at this. This is a wave function. This is actually the graphical representation of one s orbit of first atom and 1s orbit of second atom. So representation of 1s orbit is something like this. Okay. So when it get overlapped, it's again getting overlap over here, and this is atomic orbit. Okay. Separate atomic orbit. So when it got overlapped and become molecule, that bonding orbital will look like this. It never goes to 0. It never goes to 0. So it will look like this. It look like this. Okay. This is in the case of bonding. That means what? Electrons lies in between two nucleus of atoms. This is anti-bonding, right? Electrons lie side of the nucleus, other side of nucleus. So here this will be something like this orbit. Okay, next orbit is opposite, antiphase. Out of phase, not antiphase, out of phase. So this anti-bonding orbital look like this, a bonding orbital look like this, and the energy diagram of the hydrogen molecule. This represent only s orbit. Similar way, I can have a energy diagram of 2s orbit, 3p orbit, 3s orbit. So when we consider the energy diagram of molecule, we have to consider energy diagram of individual orbit separately. Okay, so that is the meaning of this diagram.